Good morning, good afternoon, kindergarten. I am getting ready to show you how to plan a personal narrative. And our personal narrative today is to tell a story about something that makes you happy. So in our Class Connect, we talked about many things that make us happy. For me, biking, my dogs, my baby girl, drinking tea or coffee in the morning with my husband. All of those things make me happy. And I bet you have many things that make you happy, I bet. And if not, I bet your learning coach can help you think of some ideas. But I'm so sure you know of a bajillion things that make you happy. So what I'm going to show you today is how to plan that. Now, the story that I'm thinking of has to do with my dogs. And the story I'll tell you a story first, and that's what you should do. You should tell whoever the story that you want to tell, because whatever you say is what you're going to write. Did you know that? Pretty easy, huh? Okay, my story happened last year. And it happened in April when it was a beautiful sunny evening and my dogs hadn't been outside all day. And they looked at me and they said, "Please, please, Mom, let me outside." And I said, "Okay, let's go outside." And I took the ball and the thrower and we went outside and I threw the ball on the water and I threw it on the beach and I threw it on the water and I threw it on the beach. And then they got really tired and I was really tired and cold. And we went inside, and it was a wonderful, happy day. That's my story. Now, we probably won't get to write all of that, but it's going to be really fun to draw. Now, that's the part we're going to do today. We're going to plan it. I told you my story, I had my topic, and I told you my story. Those are the first two steps. Okay, so learning coaches, you need to listen to the story that your student is writing, okay? And then students, you're going to get to draw your story. Now, in kindergarten, we plan the beginning, and the, say it with me, end. Okay. Now, the first thing we do is think of a title. Well, I'm going to write about my dogs. On the day that we went out, oh, I know. I could do doggy days. Let me write it. So now the tools you're going to need are a marker or a pencil and a piece of paper. I have a whiteboard so that I can write and rewrite and write and rewrite. You're probably going to need to use a separate sheet of paper for each plan that you make so that you can remember what you're writing about. I am going to use this as if it were a sheet of paper, okay? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to first put a line down the center of my board, and then I'm going to write my title, Doggy Days, and I have a nice space in there for my words, and I'm going to underline it because that is a title, and a title is an important thing. Okay, now I have one side for the B. What do you think that stands for? Beginning. And then I have another side for the E, and what do you think that stands for? We all know. End. It stands for end. Very good. Okay, so in my beginning, I was outside on a beautiful sunny evening and I took my dogs to the beach. That's all I'm going to draw. So I'm going to make my sun. Now what we have to do, we have to make sure that our circles and our squares and our triangles and all of our shapes are nice and neat. We don't want to look at sloppy work. Sloppy writers don't usually do a very good job. So make sure your plans are nice and neat. And see, I'll let you see just my circle. My circle has no holes in the top. Sometimes we like to draw circles like this. See, there's a hole. There's no holes in the sun. So we don't want that one. We don't want that one. We don't want any holes in the sun. That would be kind of scary. Okay. And since I'm happy in my story, I'm going to make my sun happy. And then I'm going to make some waves and use dots for sand. Okay, so here's my little picture. Pretty fun. And now I'm going to draw the people. Wait, there's two characters. Can you think of them? Me, that's right, and my dog Willow. Two characters. And I have my setting right here. It's a sunny evening on the beach. So I'm going to draw myself on the sand, and I'm going to make sure that I have a nice circle head, no holes in my head. I can't have any holes in my head. And then I'm going to make my hair kind of curly because you know what? When it's not in a bun, it actually is kind of curly. So I'm going to make a happy face because I feel happy, and a body. And then, here, let me show you my little stick figure. See, I took just a little bit of time. Made sure my lines were straight. I didn't take a whole bunch of time because I want to spend that time at the very end making a beautiful illustration. Now is when we just plan. Now I'm going to make my dog Willow using ovals. So I'm going to make her body. And then I'm going to make her head. I'm going to use another oval for her head, and then another oval for her nose. I'm not a very good artist, but you know what? This will do because I'll know that this is Willow. And then she has 2 legs in front, 2 legs in back, and a little teeny tail. There's my dog. Kind of funny looking, isn't it? That's okay, you can laugh. And then my dog, oh wait, there's no labels. How in this world would I know what these are without labels? So let me put my labels on there. The girl in the picture is me, so M-E, me, and Willow, W-I-L-L-O. Now, learning coaches, you can help them with the words that are not kindergarten sight words, but I would make them write the words because kindergartners are so great. You are so great, kindergarten, and you can write M-E, and you could write who the other character is, okay? Now, if the other character has kind of a strange name, learning coaches, you can help them write that part. Now, for my end, I need to finish up my story. So what happened to Willow and I when we went on the beach? I tell you, oh, that's right. We threw the ball over and over and over and over again until she was just exhausted. Okay, let me draw that part. Hold on. Okay, so we have the beach, and I'm going to draw some sand over here. And I think I'm going to draw the sun on the other side. So it's like the same picture. And I'm still happy, so I'm going to make my son still happy. And I'm going to put myself on the other side, and I'm going to throw the ball. Let's see here. I'll show you where I go. Okay. Alright, so here's what I have so far. Can you tell that's me? No, you can't because I don't have a label. Good job. Alright, let me put that label there. Did you put your label? Make sure you have your label. Okay. And then here's my ball right there. Now, who's getting it? Oh yeah, Willow. That's right. So I'm going to draw Willow real quick. Oval for her body, little legs, little tail, and she is so happy, and you know what? I bet she was going woof, woof, woof. So I'm going to put actually a little cartoon bubble. Do you see Willow? You do, but you don't see her what? Her label. Make sure you put her label. And since I'm such a smart, amazing kindergartner, I can use Willow's name over here and put it right here. That's pretty smart. I can just copy it right over. Willow. Okay. And now I'm going to put a speech bubble for Willow. Let's see if you can tell what a speech bubble would be. Speech bubbles are really fun. And in 1st grade and 2nd grade, we get to use them a lot. So here they are. I'm going to say woof, because that's what Willow says. Woof, woof. All right. There we go. There's my speech bubble. Just like a cartoon, and you get to write it. That's how I planned my story. That's how it ended. We were throwing the ball, and that was my happy memory. Okay? So here again, I'll show you. I'll stop right there. And this is all you're going to do. This is it. Just for today. Tomorrow we'll do the writing portion, and you'll get to write your sentence about your story. So in your journal, make sure you have this part, and then when you do, put a smiley face in your Class Connect session, and I will know that you've watched the video and that you know what you're supposed to do. Okay? If you don't know what you're supposed to do, just put a little red X or a sad face, and I'll hop on there and answer your questions, okay? All right. Talk to you soon.